Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome to day 20. Today is going to be the best day of your life. It's going to be the best day of my life. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to fantastic things today, as I know you are as well. I assume this morning, the first thing you did when you woke up is got this engine, this supercomputer working on your goal by reading your goal card. That's fantastic. So now we're ready to move forward into our day. You know, I've had some folks reach out and indicate that, hey, Doug, when I read my goal card, ideas come into my head, maybe to start a new business, or ideas come into my head around achieving my goal. How do I take action on these items? How do I know what's right, what's wrong? Okay, I had mentioned maybe in the within the first 4 videos that I always carried this black book with me. It's a notepad and a pencil, or a notepad and a pen, whichever works for you. When ideas come into your head, write them down. Take note of what's coming through in this receiver here, this magic mind that you have. Take notes, and then at the end of the day, or as you go throughout your day, re-review your notes. The ideas and the plans for what it is you want to accomplish, meaning your goal, are being given to you by your subconscious mind that's constantly working on your program and your plan to be able to garner you the results you desire, because you're putting the right information into your head, the right information that's allowing you to become the new successful you. And as a result of monitoring our thoughts and monitoring the information that's going into our minds, you are now going to be thinking differently, and new ideas are going to come into your mind, and it's going to be spectacular. You're a new person by now. We've been at this for 20 days, so you're a new person. You're becoming this new positive entity, and all these great and wonderful things are going to be coming to you, because like attracts like. Now you're positive, now you're happy, now you're helpful in new ways. And as a result, new things are going to be coming into your life. Write down what comes into your mind. I take notes all day long, and then I go back and look at my notes and I think, hey, that was a great idea. That was also a great idea. And these are action points that I can then decide, maybe this is a new business I want to start, or maybe this is an action item that if I take action on, it's going to benefit me and my family in some way. Sounds selfish, but we have goals, and the purpose and focus of our goals is usually to bring something into our lives to benefit us. It's not selfish to want a better life. You only get one bite at the apple. Do you know how precious this life is? It's the most precious thing you're ever going to own, the most valuable thing you're ever going to own. Don't let anybody ever tell you that it's selfish to want things and to want to have things in your life. We garner results, we garner success in our lives without taking away from anybody else, because the focus of what we're doing here is to add additional value, right? So inevitably, by garnering new things, maybe you start a new business, you're going to be employing people. And by employing people, you're benefiting them in their lives. You're allowing them to be able to feed their family. You're allowing them to be able to pay their bills. Because you're starting businesses and you're taking action, you get rewards as a result as well. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you're carrying your notebook around with you. Make sure you're feeding your mind wonderful information. Remember, this As a Man Thinketh is the newest book I've recommended. We read the 21st century version of this book. The original version is fantastic and was written quite some time ago. They've updated the book. It's a little more relevant to our current time. I do recommend this. It's going to change the way that you think. It's going to change how you approach the world, how you approach the information that's being fed to you, not only by the media, but also by other individuals. You're going to monitor the type of music you listen to, because you are no longer going to allow programming to occur here without you being the gatekeeper and without you making a determination of what's right for you. So check that out. I said today we'd talk about money a little bit, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that the best way to approach money in your life is with a positive attitude. And I'm just going to recommend that as you move forward, you begin to think of money only in positive ways. And I want you to try something for me if you could. Anytime somebody approaches you with a negative circumstance, a negative comment about money, I want you to turn that around immediately in your mind and say, people always said during COVID to me, they would always say, oh, the economy is going so bad, we're losing all this money as a result of COVID. And I would turn that around in my head and immediately say, that may be right for you, but for us, we see amazing opportunity that is occurring as a result of what's going on, and we're going to make more money than ever, and we're going to employ more people. We're going to identify the right opportunities to be able to help others. And if you've looked our family up online, you know that we provided an extensive amount of value to the United States and to the citizens as a result of what was going on with COVID, and we continue to give, and that's something that we're always going to do, because being helpful and providing service to our fellow man is something I really strongly reinforce with my children. It's something that I believe in. I just want to help people. I think that's the way you get ahead. I tell you what, you'll make more money helping people than you will ever make helping yourself. I guarantee it, 100%, because what you put out is what you get back. It's a law. It's a fundamental law of the universe. And I've told you in the past, there aren't two sets of laws. There aren't a law for there's not laws for science and laws for human life. There's one set of laws, and all those laws govern everything. And, you've heard of the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you. It's the same thing. What you put out is exactly what you get back. So provide service to your fellow man. Do what you can to help others. Now, as far as money goes, we have three fundamental ways which humans make money. What's the first way I refer to as A1, and that is a W-2 job or working for somebody else, trading time for money. In my opinion, trading time for money is one of the worst ways to make money, because you never have enough time. You can only work so many hours out of the day, and the more hours you work, you're taking away from other aspects of your life, such as your family, hobbies, so on and so forth. If you sign up for the coveted salary job, for every hour you sign up for a 40-hour work week, for a specific amount of money. Did you know that when you work a salary, for every hour you work over 40 hours a week, you actually earn less? Your employer's not making any less money, but you are. And you're also taking away from the value that you can provide to your family, so on and so forth. I think that's one way to make money, and it's the way the masses make money. 99% of people, that's how they make their money and make their living. If that's what you like and that's where you're going with your life, I 100% support you. I own businesses. We employ people. I pay them as a W-2 employer, and I completely get it. It's a needed aspect within our society, but in my opinion, it's one of the worst ways to make money. The second way people make money, which I refer to as A2, is investing. Now, investing is a fantastic way to earn money. Very few are really good at it, right? I always thought it was interesting that people will always invest in what's hot. And, Warren Buffett always said, you can't invest in what's popular and do well. And I also never understood why people get into the market, and when the market dips and goes down, they sell it. They think that that's the time to get out of the market. Nothing could be further from the truth. Me and my friends, when the market goes down, we kind of rejoice a little bit, because guess what? Everything's on sale. All the stocks are cheaper. You invest when the market's down, you invest when the market's up, and it just kind of evens out over time, right? So investing is a fantastic way to earn money, but very few do extremely well with it. I do want to point out that we live in a new economy, and there's technology out there that can help us and benefit us to get involved with investing. I know that you may or may not have heard of an application that my children use. It's called Acorns. Personally, I don't use the Acorns app for my finances, but my kids like it. And if you go out to Google Play Store, I'm not involved with Acorns. They're not giving me any money as a result of recommending their service. I just went out and I know my kids use it, so I went out and looked at it. I understand it, and it looks like a fantastic way to for the novice to get involved in the markets. The Acorns app, it appears, according to my children, from the way that they use the app, is you connect your bank account to Acorns, and then every time you spend money on your debit card, so on and so forth, the Acorns application automatically rounds up your purchase to the next dollar. So if you made a purchase that was 50 cents, it will automatically round that purchase up to $1. Take the difference between your purchase and the roundup, which in this case would be 50 cents, and it automatically invests that for you in the background into electronically traded funds. So it'll put you in, it'll walk you through defining a specific risk factor that you're comfortable with based on your spending habits and your current financial situation. Then it will invest accordingly to those expectations, and you can track that. Why I think this is great is because this is kind of based on the old principle. You know, my dad would always come home and take all the change out of his pocket and put it into a jar. Then eventually, you know, that jar would get full and he'd go to the bank and cash it out, and heck, he'd have $120 or whatever from, 3 months of pocket change. This is the same concept, except it's investing on your behalf in the stock market, so you have the ability to gain somewhere around a 7% return. That jar on my dad's sock drawer never gave him any interest. So we live in a new economy. We have the ability to take advantage of technology. I think it's fantastic. There are other apps out there that are similar to Acorns, and you know what? Check them out, read them, find the one that's right for you. But doing investment in the background is a great way. They always recommend to save 10% of your paycheck. Well, here's a way that you can set up an automatic savings that's occurring as you spend. It's a small amount of money, but over time it'll add up. I guarantee it. And if you're doing anything at all, it's better than doing nothing, right? So go out and find something that works for you. Get involved in investing, and don't put yourself into a circumstance where it's going to inhibit your ability to be able to pay your bills or feed your family or buy clothing, gasoline, so on and so forth. But if you can afford it at this point in time, I just recommend going out and seeing if something would work for you. Okay? So not recommending doing it, just saying that it might be a good idea. Go out and check it out, and I think that's fantastic. Now, Robin Leach, whom we all know, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, was interviewed some time ago, and he said the wealthiest people he knew, he never saw working. And you might think to yourself, well, what do these people do? They don't just have really successful, wealthy people, don't just have one source of income. They're not just a W-2 employee. They're not just doing investing. They set up multiple sources of income. They set up as many different sources of income as they possibly can. This is where I recommend you head. This is where I recommend you take your life. Don't just settle for one source of income. And I don't mean go out and get 4 or 5 W-2 jobs. We live in a technological age where you can go online, you can sell online, you can set up a Shopify store, you can set up, some sort of a drop shipping circumstance. From a drop shipping circumstance, they'll house all of the materials that you're selling. They'll house all the product, and then when you sell product, you have the ability to utilize the money that was paid to you to pay for the drop ship product, and have an online store. And I can show you how to do this. It wouldn't cost you hardly anything. You could set up a multi-million-dollar store and it would take hardly nothing. With our technology that we have today, I recommend going out and looking at different online opportunities for starting a business, for creating additional income. If you have a hobby, maybe you can sell crafts or art or anything, but take advantage of our new economy and the availability of technology. Don't just settle for one income. The people who have the most money in the world have multiple sources of income. I mean, Elon Musk doesn't just own one company. Amazon doesn't just sell products. Amazon has a web hosting service. They have multiple different businesses, different entities that support their infrastructure. This is your business, this body, this mind. You're the CEO of this business here. You need to be a little bit more cognizant about how you approach life and try to set up multiple sources of income. That's going to be your best bet to hedge against the economic fluctuations that occur as we go on. It also allows you to hedge against loss of employment. There's no guarantees in life anymore. You could work for a company for 30 years and they could say tomorrow's your last day. It can happen to anybody and it can happen at any time. There are no guarantees. That's why we attempt to set up multiple circumstances where we're making money and then we save. Make sure you save. You can utilize a technological circumstance like Acorns or some other circumstance that would allow you to save. Now, I know you were probably expecting me to say, hey, do A, B, and C and you'll make $1 million. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm not selling a program and I'm not walking you through how to set up your own business or anything like that. What I'm trying to do here is generate some ideas and get you thinking, hey, you're right, I should set up multiple sources of income. Hey, maybe there are some technological solutions that would allow me to save in the background very easily, and so on and so forth. So that's all I'm trying to do here. I'm not a TV commercial trying to sell you some sort of a program where you can set up, some sort of a business or do something like that. What business you set up is going to be specific to you, because one person might be very good at running a restaurant. Another person might be really good at running a software development organization. Another person might be really good at some business that performs community service. It's going to be specific to you. And I'm not recommending one over the other, because I believe that you all can do what's going to be good for you, and you're going to utilize your notepad moving forward to take notes as you come up with ideas. The right opportunity and the right idea is going to come into this supercomputer that's working on your behalf because you've focused it using your goal card, moving towards your goal, and I know you can do it. And here's one final thing to think about. The solution to debt is not focusing on the debt. The solution to debt is focusing on making more money. You need more money to pay off your debt. They try to get you into these programs where they focus on the debt, focus on the debt. Remember, you become what you think about. And if they have you focused on debt, I guarantee you'll probably die in debt. We become what we think about. Think about making more money. It'll change your life. It'll allow you to pay off your debts and realize some things that you'd like to have in your life. All goals are going to be different, and I know everybody's goal is not more money. That's perfectly fine. I said that I would talk about it today, and I just wanted to kind of generate some thoughts and get you moving forward. As I close today, some things I'd like for you to think about doing as you move forward. Now that you have a goal and you're moving towards your goal, one idea to think about, which is a very good idea and something that I recommend doing, if there's something you want to do or you want to bring into your life and you know somebody or have an idea of somebody who has already done that and is successful with it, reach out to them. Get advice from them and do what they're doing. Because if there's somebody out there who's successfully doing what you want to do what they're doing and you'll get their types of results. So think about that. We want to build a mastermind group of individuals who are sympathetic to our cause. We don't just want to hang out with our regular set of friends who get the same results that they were getting before you even started this, right? Because when you started this, there was a magic in you, an energy that nobody could see because it was invisible. But it was that invisible energy that got you to watch these videos. And now, after 20 days of reading this goal card, coming up with ideas, changing your approach, being more positive, there's an energy in you that everybody can see. You're changing. You're becoming beautiful, amazing, and you're able to tackle things in a new way. There's a whole new life waiting for you, and it's starting to manifest itself at this time. I'm so proud of you. I think you're doing a fantastic job. We're going to talk about some really amazing stuff tomorrow as we hit our 3-week point. We'll have been doing this for 3 weeks. You're really moving forward. You're really doing great things. I love hearing from you. I'm responding to as many of you as I can, as quickly as I can. Let's continue to team up. I want to extend to you a hand of friendship and a prayer. I just ask the universe to please provide you with what it is you're asking for and to bring good things into your life. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friends. Thank you so much.